Radio check via Echolink, AI5HP.
AI5HP, I can hear you on the 775, KN4LRA.
KN5YPE, radio check from W5AC repeater
I'm
system.
just kind of broadcasting in case anybody is trying to see if they can hit this AI5HP.
Howdy, howdy, everybody. It's 8 p.m. in Austin, Texas. All amateur radio traffic, please stand by. We're having a little bit of technical difficulty here. Net control, Ray was going to signed up for tonight. He can't get in. Apparently he's having some problems, and it looks like the 320 is down as well. So we are getting our things put together. But you're listening to the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club's Thursday Night Net, and it is about to begin. If there's any emergency or priority traffic, please come with your name and call sign now. Nothing heard. Well, that was crazy weather that just went through, and I hope y'all are doing all right. You're listening to the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club's Thursday Night Net. Our call sign is N5OAK. My name is Rusty, WZ5BBS. I'll be your net control for tonight. I am completely unprepared at this, so we're just going to wing it and go and have some fun with it. I'm transmitting from my QTH in Northwest Austin to the flagship 147320 repeater. You can also check in on Echolink for those of you who usually check in on the 320 or any of the other repeaters that are down. So if you want to play along or listen along, check in on Echolink using K5TMT-R or KA5D-R. And, of course, you can also hit us with All-Star via node 51444. For a list of all the repeaters and the frequencies the Thursday Night Net is transmitting over, you can visit n5oak.org and click on the All-Star tab. We also have the welcome team standing by, waiting to approve club memberships, as well as your request to join the Discord community. The old fan in the 9700 keeps coming on. That's not usual, so I wonder what's going on here. Tonight's net is a controlled net, meaning stations should refrain from transmitting until designated check-in or comment times. We get together every week to share knowledge, ask questions, or just hang out with the club. If you're new ham or just new to the net, the Thursday Night Net is a social gathering and a great way to get your feet wet and meet the club. You don't have to be a club member to join in on tonight's fun. Any and all licensed operators are welcome to participate. Once we have everyone checked in, we'll go down the list one at a time and give everybody the floor. Feel free to ask questions, tell about something you've been working on, or just say hi. Just so you know what to expect, this is typically how the net goes. We start off the net with short-time check-ins for those of you that can't stick around until the end. Then we continue on with exam questions, ham radio news, followed by club announcements and regular check-ins. If you missed the first round of check-ins, don't worry, we'll grab you on the next round. So with all that said, I'm going to do another quick ID, and we will jump into short-time check-ins. All right, you're listening to the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club's Thursday Night Net, and we are here every Thursday at 8 p.m., even if the weather does all kinds of crazy stuff to us. So if you don't have long and you want to check in and get in on our short round of check-ins, please come now with your name and call sign, please.
This is November 5, Uniform, short time.
This is Kilo Charlie 2, Kilo Oscar, Oscar, Dave.
This is Kilo India 5, Papa Zulu November, Ernesto in East Austin.
This is Kilo India 6, Hotel Quebec Tango, Ken in South Austin, no traffic.
This is N5, YHS, North Austin, no traffic.
This is Kilo India 5, Zulu India Echo, John, no real traffic.
Yeah, I can hit it again. K5BZI.
This is Alpha Charlie 5 Golf, no traffic.
All right, we're going to hold off real quick. All right, so Philip, I got you AC5G, and then we had somebody else come in with super low audio, so let's try that one again.
This is
KB5
Kilo India 5, Uniform Oscar, Golf.
Jason, Mobile, and Lano. I'm actually on Echo Link at the moment, but I noticed I was hearing 441.775 all the way out here, and thought I would try it.
All right, Jason. Got KB5 MPJ, and you doubled with the guy that doubled with Philip, so one more time. Let's try it.
This is Kilo India 5, Uniform Oscar, Golf. This is Ethan.
This is Alpha India 5, Hotel Papa, Aaron, Judith.
All right, we got Ethan and Aaron. Anybody else want to join in on a short time check-in? Come with your name and call sign now, please.
This is KI5 PFO, Will, Liberty Hill checking in, no traffic.
All right, so Ray, K5BZI, are you out there? Do you want to take over the net from here, or you want me to keep on going?
Oh, I can do it. How are you copying me?
Copy you loud and clear, sir.
Roger, Roger. Well, thanks for jumping in there, man. I had lost connectivity on this end there for a while, guys, so I apologize with that. But this is Ray, K5BZI, down here in South Austin, Texas, coming to you on the 441.775 machine. And let's see, it sounds like we got a start on short-time check-ins. It sounds like we had one round. Is that right?
That is correct, sir, and I am currently putting up in the Thursday Night Net channel as we speak the list of short-time check-ins that I took. There you go, starting with Dave and ending with Will. So that will give you the list of short times, and you can take it from there if you like, sir. WZ5BBS.
Okay, Roger. Roger that. Well, it sounds like a good first run for short-timers, so let's go ahead and check in with KC2KOO, Dave, out in Tonawanda, up there in New York. Dave, how copy tonight?
K5BZI, and everyone else on the net. Good evening from KC2KOO. Everyone's sounding great up here. Full quieting, great audio, sounding real good. Was watching the storms that were heading your way, and it looks like they rolled through pretty quick, and the intensity looked like dropped off a little bit. So hopefully everyone fared well, and all the antennas and everything stayed up that everyone has, and that's about it. Not much to report. It's been a while since we've been linked in, and glad to be back, and just glad to hear some familiar call signs out there. So other than that, going to pass it right back to net control. Everyone stay safe there, and have a great evening, great rest of the week. Back to you, KC2KOO.
All right, Dave. Well, yeah, thanks for checking in, man. I had noticed the last couple times I hosted that we didn't, that you guys weren't connected, so we missed you, and glad to have you back, and hope to hear from you more and more. So thanks for checking in, and we'll catch you on down the log. Let's see. Next on my list is Ernesto, KI5 Papa Zulu November. Ernesto, are your antennas still up over there, man?
KI5PZN. Thanks, Ray, for running the net. Hello to everybody on the net. No, man, I took my antennas down this afternoon. I'm going to take that cross arm from the mast where I have the VHF and UHF. I'm going to get that out of the way, and I thought that today was a good, timing-wise, was a good day to take those antennas down. And I went ahead and also took down the 10-meter vertical because I just didn't want to risk it. But no, it's an HT night for me tonight, and still working. So, what can you say? Here, enjoying the net and getting some work done. So back to net control. This is KI5PZN.
Well, alrighty. Well, I think I did notice on Discord earlier that you had mentioned you had taken down your 11 meter. I hope it's not too much problem that you're having there, and hopefully you'd get it back up sooner than later. But anywho, it sounds like you got it down just in time, because 60-mile-an-hour winds can really wreak havoc on verticals. So I know it's wreaking havoc on mine. I can feel. For those of you who don't know, my tower's bolted to my shed. It's buried in the ground too, but it's also bolted to the shed, and I'm in here listening to the tower move my shed around. So lots of fun. Anyhow, all right, Ernesto, take it easy, buddy, and we'll catch you later on. Let's see. Next on my list was Ken, KI6HQT. Ken said no traffic. Ken, have a safe weekend, and we'll catch you next week. Next after Ken was Adam, November 5, Yankee Hotel Fox. Adam, what's new, man?
Nothing much. Been a while since I've been on the net. Just listening to Not Between the Old Family with these kids, these crazy kids, and
Alrighty. Sound like we lost you right there at the very end there, Adam, but we got most of it. And I just want to throw thanks out there for you to you for checking in. And have a great weekend, and be safe tonight, and we will catch you next week. All right, after Adam on the list in tonight's first round of short time check-ins is John, KI5 Zebra India Echo, and he checked in no traffic as well. John, thanks for checking in, man. Have a great weekend. New call sign up to me, so maybe I'll get a chance to holler at you one of these days. Let's see, next after John was Philip, Alpha Charlie 5 Golf. Philip, what's going on, man? Alpha Charlie 5 Golf. Philip, are you still with us? All right, nothing heard, but we've got him on the short timers list. Next up, after Philip, was Jason, Kilo Bravo 5 Mike Papa Juliet. Sounded like you were mobiling out there. How you copy, Jason? You still with us on Echo?
Yeah, Roger, this is KB5MPJ. Yeah, only checking in short time just because I wanted to see if I could hit the repeater from out here, and looks like I barely did, but sort of got into it. But yeah, I'm hearing it all the way out. I was just outside of Llano, and was hearing 441.775 kind of go in and out. I can't hear the 2-meter repeaters, but I can hear 441.775 out here. So yeah, it's making a good trip out this way.
Yeah, roger that, man. Well, the 320 and the 250 are apparently down at the moment, so I'm coming to you on the 775 as well, so that may be why you're not able to hear the 2-meter repeaters, so now you know.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, I'm hoping I'm coming back into town behind the storm. I was actually in Abilene today when it hit me, and it didn't last very long. But I mean, really strong winds, and the sky pretty much turned orangish brown with dust, and it was pretty crazy. So I kind of tried to drive home behind it. So far, so good. And I got your text about the car. That looks good. So, yeah, if you want to get together tomorrow to work on it, I should be able to, whenever you're ready.
Yeah, roger, man. Whenever you're ready to come on over. I think my meetings are over about 12:30 tomorrow. Actually, I won't have a noon meeting tomorrow, so if anytime you want to come by afternoon, I'll be here and ready for you. Alrighty, my friend. Well, have a safe trip driving back in. Yeah, if you catch up to the storm, you might want to slow down and let it go on through before you pass it up, because it's not safe. Alrighty, that was KB5MPJ. Jason, have a great weekend. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Next on the list is Ethan, Kilo India 5 Uniform Oscar Golf. Ethan, how are you holding up over there?
Hey, doing pretty good. Calling in from North Campus, north of UT. Doing good. We have some light rain here, so nothing much. Trying to get ahead this week. I'm going to New Orleans this weekend with the UT sailing team to do a team racing regatta. So looking forward to that, but got to get ahead, got to get the work done for that. But yeah, overall, life is good. Looking forward to spring break when that comes. KI5 UOG.
Roger that, man. Well, that sounds like fun. Good luck in the regatta, and you guys be safe out there as well. And yeah, hope you get everything done in time so you're not having to stress to the last minute. I know how that goes, trying to get out of town. Alrighty, well, thanks for checking in, and have yourself a great weekend, and let us know how the regatta turns out when you get back. Alright, next on my list, Aaron, Alpha India 5 Hotel Papa, and Aaron's out there in Hays County. Aaron, how are you? How you doing tonight, man? Come on in.
Hey, Private Speak here. Hey, Ray. Good to hear you. Yeah, I'm coming in on the on one of the VHS receivers that are coming on. KFIB. I guess the weather's starting to barely calm down. Like, literally in the last minute, it started to calm down here in Utah. But it's pretty nasty and the wind's pretty kicking. I think we're kind of gotten the way the storm is kind of blowing. So I think Austin could actually before Utah did. But it sounds like everything's okay, so I'm just glad to be here and to say hi. So thanks for running the net. Yeah, I did back to the next show.
Alright, Aaron, sounds good, man. Yeah, you are a little bit low audio there, but we got everything you said, and glad to hear you're doing all right out there. It sounds like the weather's calming down. I think the shed has stopped moving, so I think I've survived it as well, so that's good. And you can still hear my voice, which means my tower must still be standing. So, anyhow, thanks for checking in this week, man, and have a great weekend. And maybe hopefully we'll see you in person here sometime soon. All right, the last one on my list that I was handed from Rusty says Will, but when I type in the call sign, it doesn't make sense. So, Will, did you want to check in again, please? we'll double check that call sign. I think it was he checked in no traffic, but when I type in KI5 Victor Frank Oscar, it tells me it's Clark in Kalamazoo, Louisiana. So that can't be right. So anyway, Will, if you're listening, come and check back in with me here in a little bit. All right. Well, that represents the end of the short time check-ins list, the first round anyway. I will make another round as soon as I do a station ID here. You are listening to the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club Thursday Night Net. Our call sign is N50AK, and you can find out more about our club and the net on n50ak.org. Typically, we are available on 147.320 and in Austin proper, and also 147.250 out southwest around Johnson City, but tonight those 2-meter repeaters seem to be down. I am coming to you on our UHF machine, which is located on the University of Texas campus at 441.775. If you're typically coming in to us, and you can actually hear my voice, but you typically come into us through one of our 2-meter machines, you can check out the All-Star tab at our website, n50ak.org, where you can find a list of all the machines that are networked to us. And as per usual, every Thursday night, I should say, is the KA5D system. Kyle's system down there at UT has several machines on different bands, and you can find out the frequencies and tones for those machines at ka5d.com. Is it .com or .? It is .com. I can never remember. ka5d.com. If you would like to come in through one of the KA5D system machines, which might be a good option for you if you are typically coming into us through one of the N50AK machines. Otherwise, I'd like to welcome those who are connected to us tonight. Otherwise, KI5WSU out in Martindale, welcome. KG5QBQ. As per always, we've got the K5TMT system and the KE5RS system. And it looks like tonight we've got K9MGW W0TCO in Denver, Colorado, welcome. Alpha India 5 Alpha, as per usual, coming in from South Austin there. And, of course, we'd like to welcome back KC2KOO from out in Buffalo, New York, Tonawanda to be specific. So anyway, go check out that bubble chart on our website at n50ak.org if you're having trouble getting in tonight. We apologize for the outages, but Mother Nature had other plans for the net. All right, let me give a shout-out for a second round. It's already 8:20, but let's just give a shout-out because we've had some issues tonight, so maybe some of our short-timers joined in late. So if there's anybody who wants to join us short time only, if you don't have long with us tonight, come with your name and call sign, please.
This is N5OAK. This is November 4, Zulu November, N4ZN, Mike in Western New York.
This is November 5, Uniform
X-Ray, South Austin.
Hey, hang on just a sec, guys. We have a November 5 station. Go ahead.
November 5. Uniform, Whiskey, Uniform.
Hey, net recognizes November 4 Zulu November, that's Mike, and also November 5 Uniform Whiskey Uniform. We just had a couple of doubles there, so go ahead again, guys. Come now with your name and call, with your call sign if you want to check in. Short timers only.
This Fox 5, X-Ray, South Austin.
Net recognizes Chris, KF5DPX. Anybody else?
This is Kilo India 5, Yankee Bravo Echo.
Right, for short time, I've also got Nayab, KI5YBE. Anybody else? Short timers only. All right. 5JM, Kilo 5 Juliet. Yeah, you Sam, K5JM, got you on the short timers list. Anybody else? All right, let's jump up to the top of the list. Check in with November 4 Zulu November. November 4 Z November. Mike, hey, welcome to the net, man. How are you doing up there in New York?
N5OAK, N4ZN. Yeah, good evening to everyone on the net. Yeah, we're doing okay. We just got done with a weather event over here that was pretty bad as well, where I was taking down antennas. I left my main local VHF, UHF antenna up because it's probably overkill the way it's up, so I don't worry about it. But my HF, my wire antenna had me worried. Let me get another bite and reset. And I decided that's up on a pulley, you know. Been doing this for a while. So I dropped that down so the ice wouldn't take it down, but unfortunately, even though I stopped it before it actually made hard contact with the garage roof, it was still about an inch away. It wasn't enough, so it got covered up with ice for about 4 days in a row, freezing rain and snow and what have you. So I ended up having that was another project, bringing up the HF antenna so I could talk. But other than that, we're doing good, and I just wanted to check in. I'm North Tonawanda, not too far away from KC2KOO, and I'm coming in on his machine as well. So good evening. I'll turn it back to Net. Thanks for taking my check-in. N5OAK73 from Western New York. About as far as you can go, man. I'm only about 300 yards from the Niagara River in Canada, so. All right, N4ZN, clear. Back to Net. Over.
Well, all right, Mike. Yeah, sounding good. Sorry to hear about the ice troubles, man. That sounds like what we typically have around here, minus the snow. But we do get plenty of ice, and so we feel you. We had some guys lose some antennas this last winter, in fact, due to it. So it sounded like you're on the right track there, but just didn't quite avoid it. But anyway, it's good to hear you guys. Thanks for checking in. Sounding great, and we hope to hear you next time around. Be safe, my friend, and say hello to the boys up north of the border for me. I guess all you got to do is walk out your front door and wave. All right, next on the list here is November 5, Uniform Whiskey. Let me rewind. November 5, Uniform Whiskey Uniform from Cedar Park. Carson, what's going on, man?
Nothing much. Just sitting here trying to get the units programmed. I'm not too sure how well I'm coming in. It sounds like the KE5RS repeater's having a little bit of issues again. But,
well, I can hear you just fine. I'm sure everyone else can as well. So thanks for checking in, man. You sound like you're working. Are you having a good week?
Yeah, so far so good. We'll see how long that lasts. There's still one more day left in the week.
Yeah, Roger. Okay, man. Well, don't work too hard, and thank you again for checking in. And sounds like if you're up that way, then the major part of the storm probably passed you by already. So hope you didn't take on too much damage, and we'll check you next time. All right, next on my list was Chris, KF5DPX. I think he said no traffic, but I didn't write it down, so let's holler out and see if Chris is around. DPX, you there?
This is Kilo Fox 5, Delta Pop X-Ray. I do some minimal traffic today. I don't know, are you hearing me okay? I lowered my antenna.
Yeah, you did cut a little bit, but when you're in, I hear you fine.
Cool, I'll make it short. Last week I went skiing up in Colorado, up a new forest, our park, forest, Kilo 4 was, Wild National Forest. I think it's pretty hard to be out west of Denver and not be in a national forest, but yeah, so also got a sinus infection, so I only got to ski 2 of the 4 days that I paid for, and all came back with a new park regardless, so that's all I do net.
Yeah, right on, man. You were a little choppy, but I think we caught the gist of it. Got to do some skiing, so that's cool. I know my good friend MPJ got to do a little skiing last week too, and I live vicariously jealous through both of you guys. So glad to hear you both made it back safe. But I am jealous of your opportunity to do that. It's been a while since I've gotten to go skiing. All right, well, take care, my friend. Get that antenna back up, and we will catch you next time around. Let's see, next on my list was Nayab KI5 Yankee Bravo Echo. What's new in your world this week?
This is KI5 YBE. Nothing much going on here. As you know, we've just connected our repeater stack down in Aggieland up to your nets. So just happy to be here, and hopefully I can check into the future ones long time. Yeah, KI5 YB, back to net.
Yeah, we're really glad to have you guys connected. Welcome, and you're sounding really good, especially considering the issues we're having tonight. But yeah, if you think you can stick around for regular check-ins, feel free to recheck a little later on. We'll be here. All right, Sam, K5JM was the next one on, and let's see if Sam's still with us. Go ahead, you with us?
Hey Ray, this is Sam, K5JM, and thanks for taking my check-in. No news here really to speak of. We didn't do the CW net tonight. I think they may have gotten on there a little late because of the weather. But yeah, I just want to remind people we're having a little informal get-together at Pine House Pizza, the South Lamar location, this Saturday at 1:30 p.m. thereabouts. And I believe Rusty has posted it up for us there on the events for things that are going on Discord, so check it out. Come hang out with us if you'd like this Saturday. Back to net, K5JM.
That's right. For those of you who had not noticed, there will be a social get-together at Pine House Pizza in South Austin this coming Saturday at noon. And let me clarify, Sam, you're talking about the one there in Brody Oak Shopping Center, correct?
That's right, Brody Oaks. I've 1:30 p.m. Get there early if you want, whatever, but we're trying to avoid the lunch rush. But I think that it's posted for 1:30, so yeah, right there at the Brody Oaks at 360 in South Lamar there, or 290. You know, by the Harbor Freight. You'll see. I think everyone knows where that is.
Yeah, Roger, 1:30. Okay, yeah, the one across from Harbor Freight. You know, I want to make clear because, you know, there's 2 of them within a few miles of each other. You know, ever since they opened up the brewery over there on the east side of 35, it can be confusing. So anyway, Brody Oak Shopping Center, Saturday at 1:30. If you'd like to come hang out with the group, come check us out. Thanks for checking in, Sam. Take care, man, and we'll catch you next time around. All right, well, that sums up the short-time check-ins for tonight, guys. Let me let the old machine reset, do a station ID, and a couple of quick announcements, and then we'll get on to the next part of tonight's agenda. You are listening to the N5OAK Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club Thursday Night Net. Heard every Thursday night on the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club's Repeater Network system, which is limping along tonight. We are, for your information, if you're joining us through the 775 or through any of our All-Star nodes and you tried to connect to the 320 or the 250 machine, which is located out near Johnson City, both of those machines are, in fact, not operational tonight. The 147-320 and the 147-250 are both down, so it's not you, it's us, and we apologize. Also, let me remind you, if you'd like to join me in the shack, you can do so by going to the video channel on Discord. There is a Thursday Night Net video channel, and myself, KN4LRA, K9LZY are there now, and we've had a few other folks drop in and visit on and off throughout the course of the night. You don't have to have a camera. You can feel free to jump in here and lurk. There's nothing wrong with that. But I am streaming live if you'd like to join me in my shack tonight, which almost blew away a while ago, by the way. All right, well, let's see. We've already gotten 2 short-time check-ins, and we're going to move on now to tonight's general class license pool question. We like to ask a question from the general class pool every week to keep those of us who are general class and above sharp on those questions, but most importantly, to help out those technician class licensees by hearing those questions on the fly. It might just be that one question that you can never remember, and you'll go take that general class test, and you'll remember hearing it on the net, and that'll be the one that gets you to pass. So, without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to Rusty WZ5BBS with tonight's questions. Take it away, my friend.
Hey, Ray, everybody on the net. All right, here we go. We're going to jump into question number 1. What is the recommended way to break into a phone contact? What is the recommended way to break into a phone contact? Alpha, say QRZ several times, followed by your call sign. Bravo, say your call sign once. Charlie, say breaker, breaker, good buddy. Delta, say CQ, followed by the call sign of either station. So we'll do that one again. What is the recommended way to break into a phone contact? Alpha, say QRZ several times, followed by your call sign. Bravo, say your call sign once. Charlie, say breaker, breaker, good buddy. Delta, say CQ, followed by the call sign of either station. If you are a technician and would like to play in the exam question part tonight, please come with your name, call sign, and your answer choice.
This is KI5ZIB Bravo.
All right, we got KI5ZIB with the Bravo. Anybody else want to play?
This is KEG5, UNK, I'll play along. Let's see, Bravo. No, it's Bravo.
All right, we got Doug in for Bravo. Thank you, sir. All right, let's open it up to anybody. If you have a amateur radio license and you want to play, come with your name, call sign, and your choice.
KI5BZN with breaker, breaker 19. No, Bravo. I'm going with Bravo.
K5BZ, I kind of like the breaker, breaker 19 answer myself.
Perfect. Thank you, Ray. All right, so we got Ernesto in for this guy in for Charlie with the breaker, breaker. Anybody else want to play along?
KB5MPJ.
Go ahead, Jason.
I think you're supposed to say, this here is the rubber duck coming at you.
All right, we got Jason in for Echo, the mysterious Echo. Anybody else want to play along?
Yeah, this is I think the choice E wasn't listed, but the answer is we'll catch you on the flip side. And also, you can think about it, but don't do it.
All right, well, good buddy. We're going to wrap up this question. The correct thing is Bravo, and that's just say your call sign once. And that's if you're over on the Austin Club repeaters or if you're on a repeater system that you don't know anybody. But here on the Oak, breaker, breaker, good buddy, you know, anything that you want to say. Hey, you, get off my repeater, whatever it is, it'll totally work. All right, so question number 2. What does the Q signal QRV mean? Quebec Romeo Victor. Does it mean Alpha? You're sending too fast. Bravo, there's interference on the frequency. Charlie, I'm quitting for the day. Or Delta, I'm ready to receive messages. What does the Q signal Quebec Romeo Victor mean? If you are a technician and you want to play along, please come with your name, call sign, and answer.
KG5UNK. How about ready?
All right, we got Doug in for Delta. Anybody else want to play? All right, we are now accepting general and extra class licenses. If you have an amateur radio class license and you want to play in tonight's question number 2, come with your name, call sign, and your answer choice.
QRV is, how big is your recreational vehicle? AI5JT.
Thought it was operating from my recreational vehicle.
That's a different Q signal, and that's only if you're on the pod while you're in the RV. All right, so I love that everybody's adding answers to this. This might be a fun new spin on how we make this go. All right, so what does the Q signal QRV mean? Doug, you're the only one out there that answered, and you answered Delta. I'm ready to receive messages. And you're right, Doug. That's exactly what it is. So way to go, Doug, for making that happen, and everybody else for their suggested answers. That's a fun new addition. All right, well, we'll see you on the flip-flop. KI5, no, not KI5, K5BZI, WZ5BBS. Let's get the net started, man.
All right. Well, that sounds like a plan, actually. I think we did that about 40 minutes ago, but sounds like that was a pretty good run for general class license exam questions. Thanks to everybody who participated there. And yeah, I kind of like making up our own answers, but that doesn't really do the tech licensees a whole lot of good. So I don't know. maybe we'll throw them out there when we ask the question. All right, well, that is that. Don't forget that you're listening to the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club's Thursday Night Net, call sign N50AK. It is a controlled net, meaning stations should refrain from transmitting until designated check-in or comment times, which is not right now. In fact, we're going to move on over to the news, and tonight we got a newbie with us tonight doing the news. Matthew, KN4LRA. Take it away, brother.
Thanks, Ray, and good evening to everyone on the net. I am Matthew, KN4LRA, excited to share the news with you this evening. So since I'm a little new here, these stories are going to be from the Amateur Radio Line broadcast, and if you want to read the same thing that I'm reading, head over to arnewsline.org, where you can find all the same stories that I'm going to be reading to you tonight. But let's go ahead and get started. Our top story takes us to New Zealand, which is trying to recover after Cyclone Gabrielle touched off a national state of an emergency. On the North Island, at least 11 people were killed and thousands were reported missing. Radio operators with Amateur Radio Emergency Communications, or AREC, were put to the test after Cyclone Gabrielle swept through the North Island, bringing floods and damage to infrastructure. AREC volunteer members and other licensed amateur radio operators had braced themselves in advance of the storm's landfall on Sunday the 12th of February. Don Robertson, ZL2TYR, the CEO of AREC, told Newsline that in Auckland, AREC began providing radio support across the region for field teams and maintained VHF contact with the region's 14 civil defense centers plus local community response groups. Volunteers logged contacts, handled logistics, phone calls, communications, and used their skills as needed until AREC stood down midday on Thursday the 16th of February. Meanwhile, In hit-hard area Hawks Bay, amid rising rivers and power outages, only 3 AREC members were each working 12-hour shifts. Our next story takes us to the Turkey and Syrian earthquake. Hours after a 6.4 magnitude earthquake rocked the already stricken region of Turkey and Syria on Monday, February 20th, mainstream media turned its attention to the critical role that amateur radio is playing there. With communications taken down in much of the region of Turkey and northern Syria, amateur radio repeaters on VHF and UHF frequencies kept communications open for rescue work and other aid. That dramatic story was told on the BBC program Digital Planet on Tuesday, February 21st, by the president of the Turkish Amateur Radio Association, Sasa Tango Alpha 1 Echo. The retired engineer was interviewed by show host Gareth Mitchell, an amateur radio operator himself with call sign M7GJM. Aziz said that following the disaster, VHF and UHF repeaters throughout the region were the only means of communication for 7 days, as rescuers and agencies shared frequencies and information. He said that the longer distance capabilities of HF were not essential because most of the issues being handled were local and could be handled via shorter range frequencies. For our final story tonight, we visited a group of hams in Minnesota on a wintertime fishing expedition. But here's a hint, they weren't fishing for fish. In Minnesota, it's considered a winter tradition for some people to go out on the frozen lakes for fishing. But one group took to the frozen waters in the Twin Cities region of the state, hoping for a different kind of catch. They set up their equipment on White Bear Lake and with the hopes of reaching some QSOs while operating portable. This was the February 11th Hams on the Ice event, where antennas took the place of fishing rods, and the waves that were being pummeled were radio waves. The 4-hour event drew 20 or so amateurs. Some brought portable heaters, others were simply warmed by the idea of working some DX, and many did. It was the amateurs' winter equivalent of a monthly gathering known as Hams in the Park, held during the warmer months. According to a video on the YouTube channel of Matthew K0LWC, hams were also there to provide an opportunity for some of the region's youngest licensees. With a little help, some of the newer hams got their first contact on HF radio. With mic fright being a big concern for a lot of newcomers, you might even say that they broke the ice. That's all I've got for tonight. Thank you so much to the guys over here for letting me jump in and do the news for y'all. I just want to give a quick shout out next Wednesday night for the UT Amateur Radio Club Wednesday Night Net. We'll be starting at 8 p.m. and if you can hear us now, you'll hear us then. So stop by and say hi to all the good fellows at the UT Amateur Radio Club. Thanks so much. This is KN4LRA. Ray, back to you.
All right, Matthew. Appreciate it, man. Good job. Sounded cool. And, yeah, that last story had me hooked. I'll move on. Let's see. Let's see if there's anybody has any questions or comments regarding tonight's news articles. Anybody have any questions or comments? Come now with your name and call sign. Okay, nothing heard. Well, in that case, it's time to move on to tonight's Fox Hunt news. And it sounds like Rusty's got some announcements to go along with it, so I'll hand it over to Rusty again. WZ5BBS, take it away.
Yes, sir. So I've hosted a Fox Hunt last weekend, and we changed up a lot of things. Mostly because I was being kind of tricksy, but, I also under the guise of, you got to keep prepared and, and come with the punches that, as they come. So, usually we do fox hunts on 2 meters, and our foxes are, a half a watt at most. Usually they're a couple hundred milliwatts. And, so you have to be right on top of them in order to really, figure out where they are. But last week, I cross-banded my fox onto 70 centimeters, and I did it at 25 watts. And from what I'm heard, you could hear that thing in North Williamson County all the way down to Buda. So it was really kind of fun. We also, just for fun, we do APRS, so I get to sit back. I was drinking coffee, watching everybody try to find the fox. And man, oh man, they all got hung up across 183 from the house. I took my house off of APRS just in case, but man, it was fun. We got Doug and Ernesto and Jeffrey all convened at the same park across 183 trying to figure it out. And I don't really think anybody found it, per se. Everybody came by my house with the hopes of telling me what a jerk I was and, what a pain in the rear the fox hunt was. And they happened to find the log box, so I think we're gonna leave it at that. And the only people that found the fox were the people that knew where I lived. So they were just coming for the nasty grams. But I gotta say, here's the list of people that did find it. KF5 KLJ Georgine, she won the fox. This was her first fox to win a prize. She was hanging out with Paul, K5FZU. They were the first to find it, and then my brother showed up with the kiddos. So my niece and nephew signed the log as well, so they're in here. Jeffrey, KI5MVF, and Ashley showed up, about an hour later, and they were coming giving dirty looks, and I figured out it was here. After that, KI5PZN showed up about 30 minutes later. And then on Sunday, John and Diane, KE5RS, showed up. So congrats to everybody. And I'd also like to say thanks to Sky, N5LX, and Doug, KG5UNK. They did not officially get in the logbook, but man, oh man, did they get close. So thanks for making a fun fox hunt, and it was fun watching y'all on APRS just drive around in circles trying to figure this thing out. I do not know of any new fox hunts going on for the weekend, but that certainly can change. And for all the new people out there, we'll do a little trivia update. We've got the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club has Trivia Net right here every Friday night. I am the host. We had 31 players last week. Last week's winner was Dave, KI5STT. He came in first place with 2,055 points. Sky, N5LX, coming in second with 1,784 points. And Holly, W5LUL, coming in third with 1,748 points. So congratulations to them. Jason, KB5MPJ, made it all the way to level 4 in the elimination round and was the winner of that. Player rankings, Kent, KI5RBT, is still number 1. Karin, KI5ZPA, number 2. And Jared, N5AFC, hanging out in the number 3 spot. The first Friday of every month, we do a Okies versus the Roadies, where we put both clubs against each other, and this Friday is the first Friday of the month. The Okies have won them all, so it's 4-0, and we could certainly use your help to help crush the Roadies yet again. So if you're not doing anything tomorrow night at 9 p.m., we could certainly use your help and your points and your knowledge to help us maintain our 4-0 lead. Anybody can play. All you need is a smartphone, tablet, or a computer. Bingo starts at 8:30, so you have something to do while you're hanging out waiting for the net to begin. To check out player rankings, stats, net logs, or any information that you could ever want about the Friday Night Trivia Net, head over to n5oak.org and click on the Trivia Net tab. As far as official club business, officially we have one new member, Alan, KB5VKP. He is our newest member. That brings us up to 505 members. Although with the A&M guys connecting into the UT net and all that kinds of fun, we have gained a whole lot of A&M people into the Discord as well. So welcome to all of our A&M folks. And if you want, go to the website and join. It's absolutely free. It'll get you on the roster, and then you can officially be a member. You're already in the Discord, though, so we already get to chat with you. Our next club meeting is April 22nd at the Austin Public Library. All the details are on the website and the Discord. Our club guest will be George, K5TR. George is going to come talk to us about contesting. And if anybody knows how to contest, it's George. So make sure you show up for that. It's also going to be our first ever testing session that we're going to do. Philip, AC5G, is in charge of that. So if you are looking to get licensed or if you are looking to upgrade your license, April 22nd is when it will happen. All the details are in the Get Licensed channel on Discord, and you can find the dates and all the information on the website as well. I got invited out to Camp Mabry by Sergeant Major Mike Durham, and he was showing me around. The Civil Air Patrol at Camp Mabry has asked for some help to do some antenna maintenance and just some general comm fun stuff. So we have partnered up with the Civil Air Patrol, and I'm looking forward to it. They want us to help play comms on some of their search and rescue missions, and they also want us to help teach the cadets all of our fox hunting skills so that they can learn how to go find those aircraft beacons. And man, that's going to be a lot of fun. So if you're interested in the Civil Air Patrol or fox hunting or want any, have any questions about that, go check out the Civil Air Patrol channel. It's a brand new channel. It just showed up on Tuesday. And go talk to Mr. Durham, Sergeant Major Mike Durham. He's in the Discord. He can answer all your questions. And I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. So thanks to him for reaching out to us and including us into this, because man, we're from what I hear, man, we're in store for a bunch of fun field trips and some other things. So y'all stay tuned on that. We are also going to be linking into Texas A&M every Monday at 8 p.m. Every Monday at 8 p.m. We're going to go check in with the A&M kids and see what's going on at the Texas A&M Amateur Radio Club. So starting this Monday at 8 p.m., we're going to link all our repeaters into College Station along with the university link. So it's going to be a big system. And come check in and hang out with the A&M folks. It'll be fun. Like Sam, K5JM, said, we also have the Pine House Pizza going on this Saturday at 1:30. The events and all the details in the Discord as well. And the easiest way to stay up to date with all the craziness that's going on, go subscribe to the official club calendar. You can do that at n5oak.org. Just click on the calendar tab, and you can make that happen. I think that's all I've got, Ray, and it looks like I might be going to the tower tomorrow to kick the 320 in the head. But, yeah, so we will turn it back to you, man. WZ5VBS, back to net control.
All right, well, that was quite a bit, and thanks for sharing. It's been a while, so I'm going to remind everybody what you're listening to, and that would be the N5OAK Amateur Radio Club's Thursday Night Net. My name is Ray, call sign K5BZI. I am net control. It is a controlled net. That station should not transmit until designated check-in or comment times. We just got through hearing from our president and social events and social media coordinator / fox hunt hider extraordinaire. What else? He wears a lot of hats. Anyways, thanks, Rusty, for all that, and let's see if anybody else has any ham radio related or club pertinent announcements they'd like to share before we move on to regular check-ins. If you do, come with your name and call sign. I should say that. Okay, nothing heard. Well, let me remind you that we are experiencing an outage tonight with the 147.320 machine as well as the 147.250 machine. I am coming to you on our UHF system at 441.775. And if you're having a hard time reaching us tonight because of the outages, feel free to check out our All-Star tab at n5oak.org, where you can find a bubble chart of all of the systems that are connected to us tonight, and potentially find one that you can transmit and reach and get into us through. And you'll figure that out just in time for regular check-ins, which is coming right up. The regular check-ins portion of our net is the opportunity for all of us to get together and open the floor for general conversation, brag to, question and answer. It's a great opportunity for you to learn a little something, or maybe if you're working on a project and you're hung up, I guarantee you're going to find an answer here. There's a great group of folks with a wealth of knowledge, plenty of Elmers that connect to the net every Thursday night. So if you've got a project and it's got you hung up, or you have a question, maybe you're looking to invest in some new gear and you want some advice on what you should avoid or what you should be interested in. Those kinds of questions, maybe even just share a project you've been working on lately, even if it doesn't have to do with radio. We'd like to hear about it usually. So let's see. I remind you that you do not have to be a club member to join our regular check-ins tonight. In fact, we encourage any and all licensed amateur radio operator to do so, especially if you're new to the net or new to the hobby. Please kind of try to keep it clean and inviting for everyone involved tonight. Try to avoid topics of politics or religion. What else? I think that about covers it. Oh, if you would like to follow along with check-ins, I use NetLogger to log check-ins. You can do that by downloading NetLogger at netlogger.org. Click the big blue button that says Select a Net, look for OHARC Thursday Night Net, and you can follow along as I check folks in. Also, if you'd like to join me in the shack along with others, we are on the video channel of Discord. Just scroll down in the channel list on your left-hand side all the way to the bottom, and you'll see video nets, and one of them says Thursday Night Net. You can join me in the shack along with several others. Did I lose it? Hello, hello. Ping, ping, ping.
I thought I just heard you, this is the AF5HP.
This is 5, Nickel with uniform. Anyone hear me?
Ray, we did hear you say a few things. You said something about pinging. We heard all that. We heard 5TXR.
Yeah, it sounds like something's going down one of the two.
All right, I'm on the 325, WZ5BBS.
AF5HP, I copy you.
All right, well, so it looks like the 775 is having issues. We're just having all kinds of fun tonight. So let's do this. We've gotten through all the boring stuff. It's time to check in and have some fun here. So if you want to check in to tonight on the regular check-in to the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club's Thursday Night Net, come with your name and your call sign now.
This is Justin, Alpha India 5, Oscar Sierra.
This is David, Kilo Golf 5, Uniform Bravo, Bravo.
This is Whiskey 5, Golf Charlie Hotel, Ron and Driftwood.
This is Alpha India 5, Juliet Tango, Rick.
Kilo India 5 Zulu India Echo, John.
All right, we got all of those. John, KI5ZIE was the last one. Anybody else want to check in on our first round of regular check-ins for the Thursday Night Net? Come with your name and call sign.
This is Kilo 9 Lima Zulu Yankee. Rob?
All right, well, let's leave it at that. Let's go talk to Justin, AI5OS. Justin, how is your week, sir?
Well, I wish I could say it was fun, but I got COVID on Monday, so I've been kind of stuck here in the shack. Just kind of having to stay away from everybody, but did manage to get an old Gonzit amplifier that I had, GSB 201 running. And so that baby's putting out about 530, 550 watts, which is not too bad. Probably needs a new set of tubes. Just been on the internet trying to look for a control head for another radio that I picked up from an estate sale. It's an old ICOM IC4100 I picked up. So, other than that, well, I guess I'm also trying to figure out how to get going on FT8, because that seems to be all the rage. So, yeah, a lot of inside radio stuff going on until I can be around folks again. But anyway, so far, we're in here and we're, hanging in as best we can. This is AI5OS.
Well, it's a bummer, man, that you got the COVID, and hopefully things will go well for you, and you just get maybe a little vacation time and some time to hang out and, learn FTA and some other things. So, anybody got anything for Justin, AI5OS, while we have him here? Please come with your name and call sign. Nothing heard. Well, man, I hope you get to feeling better and things aren't too bad. Let's go chat with David, KG5UBB. David, how's your week going? I've also, I just kind of pulled a question out of my backside. What is your favorite, or who is your favorite YouTube ham radio channel? Who do you watch a lot of on YouTube? David, what you got?
Hello. This week's been pretty busy. Had 2 exams for class and been trying to get more involved with the repeater system here at UT. I've been talking with KA5D. My favorite YouTube channel, I forgot his name. It's an Australian guy who operates QRP all the time. Very, very neat little YouTube channel, but there's plenty for everyone. So KG5, UBB, back to net.
Roger, man. And so you say you're trying to get familiar with the KA5D system. What all are you looking at? You gonna be the repeater? You gonna be on the repeater repair crew? Or are you just kind of learning where all it is and what all it's doing?
Yeah, just trying to sort of learn the ropes, all-star linking and all that good stuff. It'd be neat to try and put up some microwave gear up there. I've been very interested in that for a long time. Maybe some more software-defined radio stuff as well. We'll see. Kyle's really nice. I don't know if he's listening in on the net, but he's been pretty helpful so far. We're trying to link up my hometown amateur radio club, the Denton County Amateur Radio Association. Their net, so I can tune into it, and also they want us to link in the UT net so they can check in as well. Thank you, and back to you.
Right on, man. Well, I've been up to the top of the PMA building once, and it was my first and only time. But there's a microwave dish on there that's about 8 foot tall, and we could probably point that thing to California and chat on it. So there's already some microwave, at least on the outside. I don't know about the inside. The inside of that little closet's pretty tiny, especially when you get a bunch of guys in there. But well, right on, man. Well, good luck with the test and the semester and all that kinds of fun. And I love all your comments on Discord. So keep it up, and hopefully we'll see you on Saturday at the Pine House Pizza. Let's go down and talk to Ron in Driftwood, W5GCH. Ron, how's your week going? And you watch any YouTube on any ham radio channels on the YouTube, man?
Well, hello there, and everybody on the net. And I do not watch a lot of YouTube. I do occasionally when I need to find out how to fix something. I'll see what people are doing, but it's not my go-to for entertainment anyway. Just enjoying my new FTM 300. It seems to work out very nicely. I put a FTM 100 back in my QTH here for a backup VHF, and now I got 2 radios that are VHF at the house here too, so works out pretty nice, and I can at least separate the 991 so that I can use it on HF and still be able to communicate on VHF. So had the storm blow through this evening, and pretty strong winds out here in my location, and got about 0.8 of an inch of rain. So it didn't rain all that serious, but did get some rain, and finally got some people out here to chip up all the dead tree limbs from the ice storm a month ago. So property's looking a little better now. But other than that, that's about all I have. Back to net control, W5GCH.
Man, I love my FTM 300. And that's what I used to crossband the Fox last weekend. And the Fox was transmitting for 30 seconds and then taking 2 minutes off and then back on for 30 seconds. And that thing transmitted like a pro champ all weekend. So I got nothing but great things to say about the FTM 300. And I was so excited. I was working today in the office, and finally they sent out the big Mad Max truck with the grapple on it to come pick up all the tree limbs. So everybody's 15-foot dead tree privacy fence in front of their houses is gone. And man, it's so nice. I was looking kind of forward to the 70-mile-an-hour winds to blow all these damn leaves away and kind of bring the neighborhood back to pseudo-normal. So, well, right on, man. Glad you got your tree situation situated and you got all your radios up and running. Have a good weekend, and I'm sure we'll see you around here sooner than later. Let's go talk to Rick, AI5JT. Rick, what's been going on for the week, and who are your favorite YouTube ham radio channel people?
Not much for YouTube. But how's the Baconator 5-watt sounding to you right now?
I'm on the 441325, man, and you are full quieting. Like, it sounds awesome.
Glad to hear that. Thank you. I just got back from the Williamson County Club meeting up in Round Rock, and they did a slideshow. Pause for a reset. The slideshow was pictures people had submitted of the ice damage to their antennas and towers, and it was painful to look at all the carnage. Not much else going on this week. I might have a little more news in a few weeks ahead. But we're going to Houston this weekend for a ham fest down in Rosenberg, and that's about it for me. Back to you.
Very cool. Did you say you're going down to Houston for the ham fest this weekend?
Yes, that's correct. I forget the name of it. It's like the Brazos Valley Club, but it's a lot of Houston area stuff down there. EI5JT, back to you.
Yeah, we've got a couple of flyers and some stuff on the Hamfest channel about it. It's also, I think, if memory serves, it's the ARL South Texas official Hamfest as well. So I know the Crossroads Ham Radio Club has got a couple of tables out there, and it's going to be a big shindig hoedown roundup. So have fun at that thing, man. It ought to be fun. I usually just stick to Belton. I know there's one in San Antonio coming up as well. So, well, have a good week, man. We'll see you here next week. Let's go chat with John, KI5ZIE. John, how are you, man? What's going on? And you watch any YouTube? You got any favorite ham radio people?
Oh, yeah, this is KI5ZIE. I live on YouTube most of the time. I've had a lot of health issues lately and can barely walk, but there's YouTube. So I guess a couple of them, Ham Radio Crash Course, I've learned a lot from. I only got into this real recently. And also, I like Tech Prepper, because I did kind of come to this from a prepper perspective. And I'm watching his stuff and trying to figure out what I want to get me a HF radio, and also listen to a lot of Not a Rubicon because I love GMRS as well, and he does a lot of that stuff. So, and in a couple weeks I'm going to have a surgery, and I'm going to get off work for a while, and I'm going to spend all the time recovering, learning more about radio. So things are looking good. KI5ZIE.
Yeah, well, very cool, man. Yeah, when I got into this, I was watching a lot of the YouTube stuff, and there's a whole prepper aspect, and I have some friends that are preppers, and so I was kind of preparing for the worst, no pun intended. But yeah, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, and everybody was just kind of looking for, HTs and that kinds of stuff. So you said you do GMRS. How much experience do you have on the GMRS, and what's the traffic like over there? Do you get a lot of stuff? Is there a lot of GMRS stuff going on in Austin?
Good question. Not enough. There's nowhere near as many repeaters. There's not really any big repeaters here. There is a repeater in New Braunfels, which I can hit, and a few times I've talked to a guy east of San Antonio in La Verna, from up here in far north Austin. The thing I love about GMRS, of course, is that you don't have to pass a test. And so I work with my grandkids, and one of our games we play is I get on the base station and I send them out, and nobody knows what channel we're on. It's very channelized, of course, very simple. And we have to find each other. We scan each other. We have to find each other as fast as possible. Just try to help, prepare them to, in case we ever had to use radios, let's know how to do it. And we've learned a lot from a lot of really stupid mistakes, which we laugh at, but it's a lot of fun. I love GMRS.
Very cool. Yeah, I grew up on ranch radio, which I finally realized once I got my ham radio license that ranch radio was really just ham radio, but none of us had a ham radio license. So I was really kind of perplexed at how that happened, but Dad's no longer with us, so I think he just bought the radio, and we live so far out that he just figured nobody would really care. And that's kind of how it was. Well, cool. I've been kind of thinking about the GMRS and going down that route as well. But I've got so much stuff going on with the ham radio and everything else that I just I kind of failed to do it. And I know the Crossroads Ham Radio Club just changed out, or they didn't change out, but they added a GMRS. So they're kind of testing out the traffic over there. So always good to see what's going on in other places. And thanks for the update, man. And hopefully you get to quick recovery and things will go. Anybody want to say anything to John, KI5ZIE, while we have him here? Come with your name and call sign. Nothing heard. Well, all right, John. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow on the Trivia Net. Let's let everybody out there know what they're listening to. This is the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club's Thursday Night Net. Our call sign is N5OAK. My name is Rusty, WZ5BBS. I'm your net control for tonight. We're here every Thursday, rain or shine, with one repeater or 10, however difficult it is. We're here at 8 p.m. somehow. And for more details about the club or to join and become a member, visit us at n5oak.org. Also, if you want to join and you're heading over there, go join us on the Discord as well. The next person on my list is Rob, K9LZY. What's going on, Lazy Dog? And tell us, who are your favorite YouTube ham people?
K9LZY, I took down the 7 decibel antenna in anticipation of the storm, threw up the little tiny 4 decibel teeny one, and couldn't hit anything, not this net for sure. And then so the storm passed and we barely got anything. It was really kind of strange up here in Lakeway. It's rained a little bit, and then just threw the 7 decibel back up, so you might be getting a little bacon because I'm hitting the 446. And pause to reset. And as far as YouTubers go, I like Rubicon. He's funny. Sad ham guy, or anti-sad ham guy. And then also Smoking Ape. He's pretty straightforward, like his content. And then there's a British guy who's been doing a lot of O-Star repeater. I just got an O-Star little thing that I'm playing with Brandmeister. So other than that, everything's hunky-dory, about the same. Back to net.
Well, so I've never heard of O-Star. So tell me, is this like D-Star, or is this just like a little hotspot? What is O-Star?
So if you're on Discord, I can hold it up, but it's a little tiny kind of it's like a Pi Star, only instead of having a Raspberry Pi, it's a system on a chip. And so it's pretty fast and it's cheap. Like this one pre-assembled was $100 US, and I got it on Amazon, and then I got another one coming that I'll assemble for about $60. So a heck of a lot more cheap. The interface is roughly the same, although not as detailed, but you can SSH into it and do everything from a command line as well. Back to net.
Oh, very cool. Right on. So I've got the old original OpenSpot, and it does what? D-Star, DMR, C4, or not C4 FM, whatever the Yaesu stuff is. I think that's it. It's pretty limited because it's 7 years old. Does yours do All-Star as well, or is it just all the fun digital stuff?
It appears to basically do YSF, P25, NXDN, D-Star, and those are the ones out of the box. It's got DMR settings too, and then from the command line, it looks like I can add like another DMR. So if I wanted like the TGI network, I tried to add that earlier from a CLI perspective, and for those getting into this, learn VI, the editor. It'll make your life a heck of a lot easier when you go into command line stuff. But yeah, it does all of that. I'm not sure about the All-Star. I don't think it does. Back to that.
I'm a nerd. I love VI. That's fun. I do everything in VI. And what is this? We got a little Emacs versus VI going on there. Oh, Matthew, no, Emacs all the way. You people are crazy. VI, y'all, come on, make that happen. Learn some VI, even though there's a 900-page book on how to use it. Rick, AI5A loves Emacs. That's a good reason right there to go with VI. Emacs is terrible. It's awful. It's just, I can't even say enough awful things about it. Y'all learn VI. All right, well, we got Rob, my other VI man, hanging out. If anybody wants to challenge him to who has the best text editor, come with your name and call sign now.
AI5JT, Rick.
Go ahead, Rick.
Real
men use Ed.
Oh, wow. So next thing you know, you're going to be advocating for, simple text editing with DOS. And DIR, who needs to list out directories? Back to net.
Oh, man, I remember Edlin. That was a fun one. Maybe Edlin came after Ed. But, yeah, I remember Edlin. All right, anybody else want to nerd out with Rob? Come with your name and call sign.
AC5G.
CC Filippo.
Hey, I actually just picked up one of those O-Star DMR things as well. Found it on eBay for like $70 and just got it in the mail today and started playing with it. And yeah, that thing's pretty cool. I've got the DMR set up. Haven't played with too much else so far. Like I said, just unpacked it a couple hours ago.
Yeah, for me, it took me about an hour and a half to figure out the default password for the Wi-Fi. And finally, when I did, it was, oh, God, it was so easy. So for those of you, it's the SSID. So it's like a name, dash, whatever. Just replace the dash with the @ sign, and that's the password. But it took me a while to figure that out because there was no docs that were sent with it or anything. Back to that.
Yeah, I changed my mom's password. She never could remember what her Wi-Fi password was, so I just changed it to I forgot. Because every time I would ask her, what's your Wi-Fi password, she'd always say I forgot. And so once I changed it to I forgot, she never forgot her Wi-Fi password. And it's Mom's house, and nobody's going to hack into Mom's house, so it doesn't really matter. All right, well, that is the end of round number 1 for our Thursday night check-ins. Y'all are listening to the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club's Thursday Night Net. Our call sign is N50AK. My name is Rusty, WZ5BBS. I'm your net control for tonight. We're here every Thursday at 8 p.m., and I'm using VI to do all of my logging for tonight. So take that, all of you EMAC people. If you want to come and join us, we got round number 2 coming in, so show up with your name and your call sign. We would love to chat with you tonight.
Kilo India.
I got a Kilo India, that's all I got. Come again? All right, anybody else? Anybody else want to get in here and play? Give me your name and call sign.
This is A5VND, Matthew from Buda.
Hey, we got Matthew, man. Been a long time. All right, anybody else? Come in with your name and call sign. Well, Matthew, looks like you're it. KI5VND, so tell me, do you like VI or EMAX? And who do you watch on YouTube when you want to learn about ham radio?
I'll tell you what, I'm more of a VI guy, or really, I guess, Vin. Original VI kind of talks to my opinion, but I think that's actually everybody agrees on that, even the Vin users, so that's why you use it. YouTuber, I'm not really sure. Yeah, I used to watch Dave Casler a lot. When I was learning to get my licensing. I really like his style and approach to his videos. So, yeah, back to you now.
Yeah, so I just realized I haven't told anybody what I listen. I watched a lot of ham radio concepts, KJ4YZI. He's always entertaining, to say the least. And then, let's see, who else? I love the Amateur Logic guys crack me up, so I watched them as well. The Crash Course, Ham Radio Crash Course, he's kind of hit and miss for me, but he does do good at that kinds of stuff. I watched the Ham Radio 2.0, Jason, and then, what was it, I think it's the other Jason, KM4ACK. He started out a long time ago, and he taught me a lot of fun stuff. He was doing all kinds of cool stuff with WinLink, so he was pretty cool as well. I've watched a lot of that. But yeah, Dave, he did a whole series on the Extra, and I watched all of his videos on that, and the book helped me get my Extra license. So I spent a lot of time trying not to fall asleep to Dave Kessler. So we got Matthew Cat5VND with us, and he's a VI guy. Anybody got anything for Matthew while we got him on the net? Come with your name and call sign. Nothing heard. All right, well, Matthew, thanks for checking in with us. We're at round number 2, regular check-ins. If you want to come in and check in and chat with us, come with your name and call sign now.
This is Kilo India 5, Mike Victor Foxtrot.
We got Jefferino with us. Anybody else want to get in on round number 2? Nothing heard. Well, welcome to the net, Jeffrey. The question tonight is, who's your favorite YouTuber as far as the ham radio stuff goes? And something tells me you might have something to chat about with the fox hunt as of last weekend, since, technically you didn't really find it.
Oh, yeah. Glad to hear the net on the 775 tonight. That was me trying to get in on that last round, and you only got the prefix. I was just going through a valley, pulled off in some random neighborhood on a hill. It's got more forward gain than I do rear gain, and I'm driving south from the 775, so had to stop and turn around and park. As far as YouTube goes, I watch a lot of YouTube, but ham radio-wise, 2 of my favorite channels. One is Ringway Manchester. They talk about some cool historical radio, some ham radio stuff, mostly UK-based. And there's another guy, S2 Underground, which talks about, he's kind of a prepper, but both of them are ham radio adjacent / somewhat including, but not ham radio specific, and I enjoy them both a lot. Otherwise, Ham Radio Crash Course, I do like watching his live streams. I'm a Windows Notepad guy myself, otherwise I'll go VI. And then, yeah, man, that fox hunt, I had a good time with it. It was fun, it was interesting. I will say that I think that I stumbled upon it on accident and found it. Nobody told me where it was, and yet I showed up at the right place, and identified that it was there before you said anything, but it was just out of luck. Turned the bend into your neighborhood and was like, oh, it's here. Oh, okay, it's here. Actually, it's here. And so, not quite a Paul or a KE5RS on that one, but also not an Ernesto. Otherwise, it was a good fox hunt. Looking forward to trying it out, and I'd love to do another high-powered or 70-centimeter either or both. And I know you want to try your hand at it as well. It'd be interesting to reapproach it now that I have learned a little bit from it. This is KI5MVF. Back to net.
Yeah, no, I definitely would love to play. I almost went and rode with Ernesto, but I knew I couldn't keep my mouth shut. And I also wanted to be at the house when people showed up. And I still am going with my gut that people showed up at the house just to cuss me, and they happened to see the box. So I'm sticking to my guns on that one, because otherwise, you know, you would have ended up like Sky. Sky was like 2 blocks away and never could hear it. So I think that's it. Rick, AI5A, we're talking, man. We're going to talk on the net. So get your radio warmed up, because this Discord service business, we're going to chat on the repeater. So warm up your radio. All right, we got Jeffrey hanging out with us. He was hanging out at the Fox Hunt last weekend. Anybody want to come say hi to Jeffrey? Come with your name and call sign. All right, Jeffrey. Well, we're down to 320. Obviously, I'm gonna try to go to the tower. If it doesn't turn back on tonight, I guess we might have to make a run. But that is what it is. Thanks for checking in, man. Having you on the net. Let's see if Rick, AI5A, Rick, you want to come talk to us on the repeater, or are you just gonna sit there and talk to us using your Emacs?
Well, let me see if I'm actually making it in here. AI5A on the KA5G system. How do I sound right now?
Man, you sound great. Unlike on that 220 repeater, it's we can hear you just fine, brother.
All right, cool. Well, I actually was listening on the on my YouTube stream rather than listening on RF, but I am on RF now, and I'm glad I'm making it in. Hearing the machine a little scratchy, but if it's hearing me, that's all that matters. Yeah, well, yeah, I don't have a whole lot to add. I made a CW QSO tonight with Pat, so that was fun, and then proceeded to disconnect most of my antennas, and as soon as I did that, the storm was over, so I timed that very well. But yeah, we're working on a couple projects here and there. I don't really have a whole lot to add or share. Let's see, what's the most recent thing I've done? I've put a new NFED out, another Ultimax 100 out the front balcony against the building, somewhat discreetly, and so I have a new antenna to play with. And did the CQ 160 meter sideband contest from Georgia Station last weekend. That was a lot of fun. And yeah, just trying to think of what else. Let me reset here. As far as editors, yeah, I mean, I'll give you crap about editors any day, Rusty. But no, I mean, if I'm doing any kind of serious hacking, I do tend to prefer Emacs, just because I'm so used to the key bindings. They're so ingrained in my head at this point that it's just kind of what I default to, and I'm very, very familiar with it. So I'm just quick at using it. But you know, if I'm editing a lot of files quickly in the terminal, or if I'm on any kind of remote server, then of course I'll use Vi or Vim. And so I mean, I'm definitely familiar with Vi and Vim. I'm proficient at it, but tend to prefer Emacs for my own. You know, if I'm doing any kind of long-term hacking session, I definitely prefer Emacs. But yeah, I think that's about it. I could probably find more stuff to ramble on about, but I'll send it back to you. WZ5BBS on the net, and thanks for running the net. AI5A.
It's good to hear you on the net, man. Once you learn CW, it seems like you just disappeared over into the DITs and the DAWs, and we don't get to talk anymore. So you have been going to George's and doing contests and that kinds of stuff. How was the contest like last weekend? How many contacts did you make? And you know, like, tell us about George's. How fun is that?
Well, it is a lot of fun. First time I went there, it was maybe 2 months ago now at this point. First time I went there, it was not for a contest. It was just kind of to go check out the station and get on the air a little bit. And threw out a couple CQs on 20 meters, and I had a pile up. Just no contest or anything, but just because I was loud on the band. And I've never had that happen before, where I just threw out a couple CQs, and I had a whole pile up of people trying to work me. So that was pretty cool. Definitely a very loud station, but yeah, it's a lot of fun, and very thankful to George for letting me go there and operate and have fun getting into contesting a little bit. So yeah, I did NAQP a couple weeks ago. That collided with the last club meeting, so whatever day that was. But did that, and then yeah, this past weekend I did CQ 160 meter SSB, and ended with 543 contacts. Not sure yet. Might be in the top 10 for the category, and for the category when it's constrained to the country. But waiting for the results. Yeah, so we'll see. But it was a lot of fun. It was it's 160 meters, so it gets slow, and it was a lot of listening to myself CQ over and over again with the voice gear. But yeah, I mean, it was a lot of fun. I put a whole write-up on 3830 Scores about the experience, so check that out if you want to hear more.
Well, very cool, man. Yeah, I never even thought about, because I mean, like, all of my stuff's on battery and on solar, and I'm like 100 watts is, the Mondo Maxo power that I've got over here. And I remember going over to Rod's W5NDS, and he had an amp, and it was plugged into the 220, and it kind of got my brain thinking. And then George was talking about all his amps and all that stuff. And I never have asked George, but I wonder what his power bill is, just sitting over there chatting on, 1,500 watts. I wonder what that does to the power bill. It probably heats that place up pretty well. But, well, right on, man. So are you going to the Pine House Pizza thing on Saturday at 1:30?
Oh, yeah, I'll be there. Pat is showing up, so got to be there and sass him a little bit and give him some crap. But yeah, I'll be there. It'll be a lot of fun.
Roger, man. All right, well, we got Rick, AI5A, lover of the Emacs. Anybody want to come and rib on Rick? Show up with your name and call sign.
MVS.
Go ahead, sir.
I gotta be quick before I go in the draw. Rick, good to hear you. Question, is it VI or VI? You said one, Rusty said the other.
I don't know, man. I kind of use them interchangeably. I think I default to saying VI, but I don't care either way. Just like I don't care if it's GIF or GIF. It just doesn't matter to me.
I felt like somebody would have had an opinion, or maybe Rusty was just messing with us and knew the correct pronunciation all along. Anyways, back to net.
Yeah, it's totally VI unless you use Emacs, and then you call it VI just because you're used to making life easier on yourself. So that's how that works, Jeffrey. Anybody else got anything for Rick while we got him? Come with your name and call sign. Nothing heard. Well, all right, Rick. Thanks for coming to hang out and talk on the repeater with us. I'm still looking forward to having a 220 repeater where I can chat on the K5D system. One of these days, man. One of these days. All right, that's the end of round number 2. If anybody wants to come check in and hang out with us, come with your name and call sign now. Well, I hear nothing, So I'm going to see if KI5PZN is still with us. Ernesto, if you're out there and you're listening and you want to do the run through of all the nets, show up and let me know. KI5PZN, WZ5BBS. Are you out there, man?
This KI5PZN. You know I always walk around with this thing in my hand. Yes, sir. Well, we're going to get started here with with the weekly net. And we get started with Mondays. And on Mondays we have the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club 6-meter Monday, hosted by Rick, AI5A, we just heard him. And that's on the 50.125 megahertz at 8 p.m. on Mondays. On Mondays also, the Williamson County Amateur Radio Club Newham Net, and that's on the 146.640 at 8 p.m. And I know there's a new net at 8 p.m., and I think it's the guys from A&M. It's going to be on this frequency, as I still don't have that on my list here. I need to add that, and that's at 8 p.m. as well. On Tuesdays, we have the Oak Hill Southside Simplex, hosted by Ray. K5BZI, that's on the 146.555 megahertz. At 8 p.m., that's on Simplex. On Wednesday, the UC Club Wednesday Net, hosted by Matthew, KN4LRA. And that's on the University Link repeater system and the N5 OAK repeater system at 8 p.m. On Thursdays, we have the Oak Hill CW Net, hosted by Pat, W5WTH, that's right before this one, on the 3.532 megahertz frequency at 7:30 p.m. And you don't have to be a CW expert to join the net. Then at 8 p.m., we have this one, the Oak Hill Thursday Night Net, hosted by a different operator every week. That's on the M5 OAK repeater system and the University Link repeater system at 8 p.m. On Fridays, the Oak Hill Friday Night Trivia Net, hosted by Rusty, WZ5VBS. That's on the N5 OAK repeater system and the University Link repeater system, and that's at 9 p.m., the only one that starts at 9 p.m. No software to install or accounts to create. All you need is your smartphone, tablet, or computer to play. Saturdays, we have the Austin Amateur Radio Club Elmer's Net, N5MNW. That's on the 146.940 megahertz repeater at 7 p.m. At 9 p.m., today's the 220 megahertz guys original preservation net, hosted by Steve, KB9DSQ. That's on the 224.100 repeater at 9 p.m. on Saturday. Sundays, we have the Austin Amateur 10-meter weekly net, Amateur Radio Club 10-meter weekly net, and that's on the 28.410 megahertz at 3 p.m. On Sundays, also the Travis County Aries weekly net on the 147.360 megahertz repeater at 7 p.m. At 7:30 p.m., the weekend wind down net, hosted by me, Ernesto, KI5PZN, and that's on the University Link repeater system, and the N5 OAK repeater system at 7:30 p.m. At 9 p.m. on Sundays, the Austin Amateur Radio Club SWAT Net, hosted by Jeff, N5MNW, on the 146.940 megahertz repeater at 9 p.m. Don't forget to go to N5 OAK. Check the calendar for the DMR machine net, because there's a net every night on the DMR machine net. All right, well, this is KI5PZN with the weekly net, and going back to net control.
Thanks, sir. I appreciate that. One other thing that we forgot to mention is that the Austin Club is doing local testing on Saturday at 10 a.m. at the Wells Branch Mud Building something. So if you want information on that, you can ping me on the Discord. Ernesto, are you coming to that?
I'm going to be in Fort Worth this weekend, so I already sent an email to Jim, so I I think you're going to be on chair number 1 from what I heard. I think Philip is going to make sure that you sit on chair number 1 this time around.
All right, well, if I'm chair number 1, then I'm showing up drunk, because that's the only way to make chair number 1 fun over there. All right, man, well, safe trips to Cowtown and back, and we'll see you for the wind down net. If you missed out on anything Ernesto said, you can find all of that over on the calendar at n5oak.org. And that's going to do it for tonight's Thursday Night Net. We hope you had a good time hanging out with us. The Thursday Night Net is a service of the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club. Call sign N5OAK. For more information on the club, becoming a member, or to learn how you can donate, visit us online at n5oak.org. This is WZ5BBS, and it's time to bring tonight's Thursday Night Net to a close. We're going to signal all the repeaters to switch back to regular amateur use, and while they're doing that, I'd like to thank y'all for hanging out with us on Thursday, and I hope storms didn't do anything crazy, and you got everything back in order by tomorrow. Y'all have a great weekend. We'll see you tomorrow for the Trivia Net, and bright and early Saturday if you're testing here local. This is WZ5BBS 73, y'all.
WZ5BBS, KI5MBS.
Yes, sir.
Just going to say thanks for running the net tonight. I thought that was a comedy show with Ashley, and I know you've run it a couple times recently. Hopefully getting back on that schedule pretty soon. We'll see. Work's so crazy. It'd also be nice to have somebody on there that I'm sure the reason the 320 is down is because you timed it out tonight.
Burn. I timed it out so bad I set it on fire.
There was a part of me that when I got in the van at 9 o'clock, it was about 9:08, I was like, either A, the net ended really early, because somebody was ready to get it done. I remember that one time Ray ran it because nobody else was available, and it was a 30-minute net. I was like, it was either that, or literally there was nobody available to run the net. I just had to switch over to 775 and heard it. So, glad to hear net's still going, and like I said, hoping to get in there and help you out pretty soon, but I gotta get some of these new guys running the net too.
Oh man, yeah, you missed it. So Ray signed up to do the net, and then 5 minutes before the net, the 320 went down, and then he moved over to the 775, and the 775 went down, and so I took over. He did all the welcomey stuff. And as soon as it went into short time check-ins, he took a dive and he couldn't run it. So I took the first round of check-ins on short time, and then he came back on and was able to do it. So he took over from there, and then it disappeared. So yeah, we had some shenanigans on the net, but we are such amazing radio people in this club that it doesn't matter if our repeater set's on fire, our people can't make it, man. The Thursday Night Net will prevail.
Wonder if there's like a tally somewhere about how many Thursday Night Nets we've successfully hosted in a row.
We'd probably have to ping Sammy for that. Maybe N5TXR can tell us.
Well, I'll let you get back to your evening. You won't hear Ashley and I on trivia tomorrow night. We'll be hanging out in Port A. Got the weekend off, and so making the most of it. Hopefully the weather's nicer down there.
Well, man, y'all go enjoy yourself and have some fun down in Port A. You going to be there all weekend, or are you there for like spring break week?
School has been out the past couple of days, but Tuesday afternoon I got a call that said, hey, we've got 48 hours to get all the furniture out of this building, and so that's been me for the last 48 hours. I did get to sleep in a little bit this morning, and I'm going to sleep in tomorrow. If it hadn't been for work, I probably would have made it a long weekend break style. Spring break style, but no, it's just going to be the weekend, just Friday through Sunday. We'll be back hopefully a pretty reasonable hour on Sunday. And I forgot, I should probably look and see if there's a chance that there's a Crossroads repeater down there that I can hit, especially if I'm a couple floors up on a hotel room. I might have to check that out.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not really sure where all their repeaters are, but I know they've got a bunch of them. I know Bill was in Austin dealing with the legislature when he was, Tuesday, I think he was driving in. But yeah, man, well, y'all have fun at the beach. If the weather down there is anything what they're lying to us and saying the weather's going to be like here, it's going to be sunny and perfect. And yeah, man, go throw all your phones in the ocean and stay there till Wednesday and just tell them you didn't see it.
One can hope. All right, well, I'll let you go. KF5MVF, I'll be clear. Good night.
Adios, man. WZ5BBS.
KI5 YLS mobile.
KB5MPJ.
Hey MPJ, this is Cody over in Fort Hood. Found out I just missed the net, but it went pretty quick because I was in it like 20 minutes ago. It sounded like y'all were still doing first round check-ins, and I was just like, good lord. So when I heard it ended, I was just like, dang, that was fast. But I was hoping to check in last minute, but it's alright.
Yeah, it got started through till 10, but two of the repeaters are down, so many people checked in, so it may not have gone quite as late sometimes. Are you on Echolink?
Yeah, I was on Echolink, but the only reason I didn't check in when I did was because I was at work, and my signal at work is so horrible. I mean, it sounded echoey and scratchy and all that, but I know for a fact it was my phone and not like the repeater or anything.
Yeah, I'm on the 441.775 right now, and the 320 and the 250 are down. So yeah, that might have kept some people off the net, but it was still a lot of people checked in.
Well, that's good that it had a good turnout still, even after the repeaters being down. Yeah, I was going to check in because I wanted to let everybody know that over here in Fort Hood, I work on the military post, and came over the bullhorns throughout the whole post and told everybody to seek shelter because there was a tornado that landed literally in the next town over. I'm talking like it's like a mile, if that, from where I was. So yeah, they were telling everybody to seek shelter and then to find shelter and stay in shelter until told otherwise.
Yeah, that was a really bad storm. I was in Abilene today when it hit. That's where I was when I experienced it. But it moved through pretty quickly. I mean, it was more than, I don't know, maybe 45 minutes, 30 or 45 minutes or something, and then it pretty much cleared out. So it moved through pretty fast.
Yeah. That was how it was with us too. We had just actually, our store, the Domino's Pizza store that I work at, we actually completely like closed down for a second. No deliveries, no online orders, no nothing. Just to stay off the roads and stuff like that. And we stayed like that for about a good 45 to 50 minutes. I don't think any more than an hour. And then we were open back up and we started delivering again, and it got busy because everybody was like, okay, tornado's over, food, I want food, so.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear you're okay. Yeah, I didn't have any problems with it really, but it was pretty bad. And I drove in after it came through and really catch back up to it when I came back. So by the time I got back here, I could tell it had just rained quite a bit. And fortunately, I haven't found any damage here that I can see. So I think every 5 MP.
Yeah, well, if you know anything about the towns over here in Fort Hood, I live in Fort Hood, I work on Fort Hood, and the tornado hit Coppers Cove. I don't know where in Coppers Cove, but it hit Coppers Cove, and it actually touched down, hit the ground. So that would, if you have any idea about how close it is, like I said, it's probably not even a mile from me. So.
Yeah, that's real close by. I mean, that probably hit within a few miles of you.
Yeah, it's close. It's super close. All right, well, I just got home, so I'm gonna go inside and chill for the night, and get up in the morning and do it all over again. But it was nice talking to you, and sucks I missed the net, but maybe next week. This is KI5YLS 73.
Okay, 73, Cody. Good talking to you, and glad to hear you're okay. Yeah, maybe we'll talk next week on KB5, KI5YLS.
WB5CCN from WB5TXW, over.